gaming. I wanted to do this a little earlier in the week, didn't get a chance to, and I forgot about doing it. I was going to go live here in just a little bit with some other stuff, but considering the season begins tonight, I have to get this up and running right now. So with that being said, I'm going to give you guys my season predictions for the NFL. And what I mean by that is I'm going to give you my picks, who is going to win each division. I'm even going to give you guys Super Bowl picks, playoffs, all that good shit. I may even give you guys other picks, something like, for example, players of the year and things like that. So we'll see. And when I do my quote-unquote game picks for the week, when I give you those guys, I don't pick using the damn point spread. I pick straight up who I think is going to win. Like, for example, the game I just happened to look at a moment ago, it said the Jaguars are 2.5-point underdogs to the Texans. If I pick the Texans, I'm picking the Texans straight up. If I'm picking the Jaguars, I'm picking the Jaguars straight up. I'm not getting those 2.5 points. So that's how I do my picks. I do not like using points. I think that sucks. Plus, I'm not the gambling type guy. Although, if you ask Ed, I should get on one of those betting sites and start making some money. So, yes. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, now, ladies and gentlemen, where to begin? Where should we go? That's a little weird, but alright. Now, been really contemplating my picks for a lot of things. Like who's going to win, like I said, MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Offensive Players of the Year, Defensive Players of the Years, rookies, all that other good stuff, comeback player, coach. So I'm going to go all out here, and I'm really going to do my best to give you guys the, I guess we'll call it the best predictions I possibly can, and who I think is going to play who in the Super Bowl, who's going to be these rookies of the year and things of that nature. The one thing I want to tell you right now, if I see another person pick the Rams, I might literally shit on them. That's so sad that I keep seeing people pick the Rams going to the Super Bowl over and over and over again. But, you know, whatever that is, who the hell knows. So, any case, we're going to start out here with the NFC North. The NFC North. I know you guys are here with me. If anybody got some thoughts, opinions, by all means, toss them in there. And we're going to have some fun with this conversation. When I look at this particular division, I can honestly say I'm not impressed. I am not impressed at all as a whole with this division. The Bears have issues. The Lions, they have their issues. The Packers, I think, are the odds-on favorite in this division. And then there's the Vikings, who every time you think they're about to get there, they don't get there. So it's like, are they going to get there? You know, who the hell knows? We'll see. So when it comes to this particular division, I am going to have to take the Packers as the winners of the division. I don't think many of you are going to disagree with me on that one. I think most of you will agree 100% to pick the Packers. Those who don't, they're probably going to say the Vikings, who I am going to put in second. Now here's the hard one. It is going to be the Lions and the Bears for me. I am a fan of Jared Goff. I don't know about other people. I believe he's I don't believe he's an upgrade or downgrade from Stafford. I think they're about an equal quarterback. They're about one and the same to me. So, what happens with the Bears? Do they put in Fields? Do they stay with Dalton? So to me, it's almost a coin flip, but I'm going to have to go with the Bears and then the Lions, just because I like the Bears a little bit better defensively. So I'm going to have Packers, Vikings, Bears, and then the Lions taking up the rear in this division. And you guys can write this stuff down, and you guys can give me receipts if you wish as the season comes to an end as we move along. All right, moving now to the NFC South. I think it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The team I'm lit up on right now is going to win the division. I mean, you go in, you bring back basically every freaking body, and I do mean everybody, and you were coming off a Super Bowl championship. So I'm just going to have to stick with Tampa Bay to win this division. Now, when you go down here, you got the Falcons, who were falling apart, Panthers with a new quarterback, Saints with a new quarterback. Does that mean the Falcons are the team to go to number 2? I say no. When you look at the Saints, they have Jameis Winston, even though he didn't understand ESPN's 30 for 30. He thought that was 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, but he was wrong. He still didn't do too bad with Tampa Bay, and now he's with a Saints team that was probably better than the Tampa Bay team he had. So we'll see. Then you've got the Falcons, who, like I said, we'll see where they're at. And then when you have the Panthers, they're bringing in a brand new quarterback, and honestly, he's not that good anymore, if ever. Sam Darnold's just So we'll see. I mean, I'll be honest right now, with that offense, Jameis Winston could easily set the single-season record for most passing yards. He can do that. He just doesn't know how to protect the freaking football. So that's where it's hard for me to want to pick this. By the way, Peyton Manning's record, I think, is 54-77. Set in 2013, I believe it was. But in any case, that's just a prediction as far as that. So that's a little bold prediction I just threw out at you. Don't be surprised if that don't happen, although it's not really a prediction. It's more of a suggestion. But any case, we're going to take Tampa Bay to win this division, and I am going to do it. I'm going to put the Saints number 2. I am going to put the Falcons 3 and the Panthers 4. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do, and you guys may think I'm crazy, but I just did it. Now we're going to go down to the East. And when it comes to this division, where to start, where to go, what to do, what to this. I can do this. We'll go backwards real quick. Right here, 5th, 6th. Oh, wait, there's only 4 teams in the division. So the Eagles are going to finish 4th. The Giants are going to finish 3rd. Then it brings me down to Washington and Dallas. This team right here has got one of the best defenses in football. This team right here is very inconsistent, but when good, it's good. And then these guys made some moves. But at the end of the day, another bold prediction. Washington football team repeats as division champions, and this is a change from what I predicted the other week. Hell, it might even have been last week when I was talking with Ed. I had picked Dallas to win this division. After doing a little bit more research, a little bit more studying, a little bit more looking over some things, I'm changing my tune on this pick, and these are my official picks. Washington wins the division. Dallas comes in 2nd, and don't be surprised if the winner of this division goes like 9-8. And the team that I'm picking, number 2, like Dallas, goes like 8-9, or also 9-8, but still misses the playoffs, but loses the tiebreaker to the division to Washington. That's all I'm saying. And Giants and the Eagles, they will combine for less than 10 wins. So you heard that too. I'm throwing that out there as well. So it's magic. Very well could be. All right, now going to the NFC West. This is the division that I hate the most. This is the division I hate the most because it's the toughest. I think this is the toughest division to pick this season because I can make a prediction for all 4 of these teams to be first place. This one right here is the hardest for me because I'm not a Stafford fan. I'm not sold on him like a lot of people. But I do give the kid credit where it's due. He's not a bum. He's not a bum. So it's going to be hard for me not to pick the Rams because they're very good. It's going to be hard for me not to pick the 49ers. After all, let's see. The 49ers were just in the Super Bowl the other year. And the team they got now is even better than it was then. They got a quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance as the backup. And when Garoppolo was the quarterback then, he didn't really have much talent behind him pushing him. I think that makes him better. Can he stay healthy is the key. Arizona, they've added pieces. They've got probably the greatest old wide receiver group we've seen since Tim Brown and Jerry Rice when you got DeAndre Hopkins and A.J. Green to go along with other young studs that they've got. Then Seattle, there's not much needs to be said for Seattle. I have been picking Seattle for the most part to win this division. I'm going to stick with that. And I'm picking the 49ers number 2, the Cardinals number 3, and the Rams in 4. And don't be surprised if 3 teams in this division come out with playoff berths. Because I can see 3 of these 4 teams having winning records. And I could even see the team finishing last, the Rams, based on my predictions, going something like 8-9. Because they're not that bad. What's sad is the teams that come in second and third in this division could win other divisions in their conference. I don't think many people would disagree with that. So that's just the way it's just the way I look at this, right now. So, I mean, to recap, I'm just going to go East for whatever reason. I got Washington making the playoffs as the division winner, so they're in, ladies and gentlemen. Then, like I said, I've got the Packers winning their division, so they get into the playoffs based off of that. Then in the South, I've got the Bucks winning their division. And then, like I said, in the West, I've got the 49ers winning their division. So that gives you 4 teams, but we need 3 playoff teams. So my playoff teams are Seahawks, not the 49ers. I said that all wrong. The Seahawks. The 49ers I got winning a playoff berth via a wild card spot. I am also going to give one to the Cardinals. That's right. I told you 3 teams out of that division are going to get it. So one other team is going to get that wild card spot. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Anybody have a suggestion who I'm picking? Anybody have any idea who I'm picking? Nobody? I'll give it to you right here, right now. Because I'm crazy. Because I'm nuts. The Saints. That's right. The Saints. How about that? So that's my 7 right there. Well, Washington gets it because they win the division. So Washington, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Seattle, division winners. San Francisco, Arizona, New Orleans, wild card teams. And then I will get into my predictions for the rest of that in just a moment. Now we're going to go to the AFC. So let's see. AFC North. We're going to go to the AFC North. This division is a pain in my ass. Because this is almost as bad as the West. Because I can make a case for all 3 of these teams. This team right here is going to finish in 4th. And they might get 6-7 wins this year. They might get 6-7 wins this year. Just my opinion on that. Now we're going to get to these 3 teams, excuse me. I'm going to put Pittsburgh 3rd. Just because I don't like Ben Roethlisberger because of his age. I think there's too much wear and tear on the guy. And when he goes down, they don't have nothing behind him. They just don't. There's nothing behind him. And it's just like, boy. So it's like, what are you going to do? So I'm not a fan of that for him. So now when it comes to these next 2 teams, I without a doubt prefer the Browns to the Ravens. I'm going to say that right now. I really prefer the Browns over the Ravens. But the Browns are still in that Have they learned finally how to win? Because that is a real thing. A lot of people don't think that's real. That is a legit thing. People forget how to win. The Ravens have been a team that's there every single year. So do I take the Ravens because of that? Or do I stick with my gut feeling that says the Browns? Me, if I'm a betting guy, I got to go with my odds. So I'm picking the Ravens, but the Browns will make the playoffs. The Browns will make the playoffs and make some moves. Don't worry about that. We're going to get to that in a little bit later, whatever. Now, we're going to the South. In the South Division, I am without a doubt picking the Titans to win this division. This is one of the easiest divisions to pick, in my opinion. The Texans are going to finish absolutely dead freaking last, and the Jaguars are going to finish dead last B, if it's even possible. These two teams are going to combine for like 7-8 wins. That's my opinion. 7-8 wins between the two of them. And then the Colts, they've got pieces. They've got ability to win the division, but can they stay healthy? Until they prove they can stay healthy, I'm not convinced, because you got Carson Wentz, who I'm a huge fan of. If Carson Wentz was made of steel, he'd be a top 5 quarterback. Yeah, I just said that, whether you want to believe it or not. So that's my opinion. But I'm going Titans, Colts, Jags, Texans, in that order. And only the Titans are going to make the playoffs from this division. All right, going now to the AFC East. Ooh, the AFC East. This, without a doubt, in my opinion, this team that I'm lighting up right now could win the division by 3 or 4 games. They could go 13-4, 14-3. And the team finishing second might only win 10 games if they're lucky. Yeah, I just said that. So they're number 1. They're finishing 4th. But they will, and I'm going to say this right now, they will be better than people freaking think. They will be better than people think, but they're still going to finish 4th. They've got a little too much rebuilding to do. So now it comes down to Miami and New England. Who is going to finish second? Who's going to finish third? And what's crazy is I can go over this over and over and over again in my head, which I've done. And I can see Miami going as low as 8-9, 10-7. But I can see the same thing out of New England. I don't like either team's quarterback situation. But this team right here, I like a little bit more than New England. So I'm taking Miami to come in second, New England third, and they may be separated, like I said, by a game, maybe 2. So this division's going to end like 13-4, 10-7, 9-8, 8-9, something like that. And I'm going to take the Jets for about 5-12, give or take a win or so. But that's my opinion on that one. The Bills make the playoffs, and the Dolphins sneak in on a wild card because I'll put them at 10-7. Now to the AFC West. The division a lot of people are going to tell me I'm going to be biased with, and absolutely biased with this, that, and the other. Well, we're going to start right here with Denver. Denver's last. Teddy Bridgewater's your quarterback. You've got some okay pieces on defense. I mean, they drafted Bradley Chubb to play opposite of Von Miller, and those two have not been on the field together since 2018, or is it 19? Either way, I think it's 18. They haven't played in a game together since then, so that don't make a difference. They don't make a difference. They ended up picking out Patrick Surtain, and I love what Patrick Surtain brings to the table. I absolutely freaking do. I thought he was the best overall defensive player in the entire freaking draft. And of course, he's got to go to Denver, so that's going to be huge. He's going to make a major difference for them as a whole, so I'm going to give him that. Now, Chiefs, you got to pick the Chiefs to win the division until somebody can prove otherwise. Last year, one team should have beat them twice. That team did beat them once, and it should have been worse than it was. If you don't believe me, go check the games. You can find these games online. The second time they played, they gave the game away. They should have put their fucking foot on their throat, but they didn't. They gave the game away. And that team in question is the Las Vegas Raiders. They should have dominated them in both games, and they proved they can defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, people will be like, well, the Chargers also beat them. No, the Chargers beat their backups because they played them in the last week of the season when they rested everybody for the playoffs. So it's almost like the starters are playing the freaking preseason roster. Shut up. Didn't matter. Now, when it comes to the Chargers, you tell me when it comes to the Chargers, what they can bring to the table offensively. People are big and rah about Justin Herbert. I'm not sold on Justin Herbert yet. That doesn't mean he's not going to be good. That doesn't mean he can't be a potential star in this league. That doesn't mean he can't be one of the best quarterbacks Los Angeles hasn't seen in a long time. But I'm being on the real when I say this. I'm being honest when I say this. These are my honest opinions. I'm not 100% sold on the kid. Have not been sold on the kid. So, somebody's going to have to sell me on him. So before you go right away and say, oh, he's picking the Raiders over the Chargers, let's look at my Raiders. That's right, I said my Raiders for those of you new to the channel. I am a diehard Raiders fan. The Raiders, offensively, are one of the best offensive teams in the league. No questions about it. They're one of the most explosive offenses in the game today. Defensively, what are you going to do? That's a scary thought when you're a Raiders fan, because it's like, what do we have? What do we have? So again, when I look at the defense of San Diego and Los Angeles, they of course they got Bosa, but can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? I love Kenneth Murray. I love that. Okay, he's a great player. Chris Harris Jr. is pretty good. They got Asante Samuel as a backup spot. I love Nazir Adderley. I wish he would have went to the Raiders when he came out in the draft. And they got Derwin James. Some people might say he could be a comeback player of the year candidate, but can he stay healthy? They got a pretty good, like I said, defense. Offensively, I do not like their running game whatsoever. Austin Eckler's hurt, probably ain't playing this weekend. Justin Jackson's going to start. And then you got Joshua Kelly and Larry Roundtree III. Okay, Gabe Neighbors is just a basic, low-level fullback. You've got Jared Cook at tight end, but Jared Cook is falling down the ladder. He's getting old. Balaga, Obishi, Lindsey, Farrell, Slater, all these linemen, They got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, and I like that combination. And I'm really breaking this down because whoever I pick here is making the playoffs. This is my third wild card team, so you guys know that's why I'm really going in depth here. Now, like I said, when it comes to my Raiders, okay, defense is what scares me, and it has scared me and will continue to scare me. Again, offensively, phenomenal. It's amazing. They're going to be better and more effective this year than they were last year. Gus Bradley's the new defensive coordinator. He knows the division because he came from the Chargers, which then means San Diego. I'm just going to say San Diego because I'm not going to ever say it differently because that's who they are to me and I can't help it. They need a new defensive coordinator when the defense was their better part of their team last year, in my opinion, not the offense. Their coordinator's gone. Brian Edwards, Henry Ruggs for the Raiders offensively with Hunter Renfrow. Could use some upgrade there. Got, in my opinion, one of the top 3 tight ends in the league in Waller. Derek Carr is one of the most underrated players in football, and if you listen to Keyshawn Johnson, he said he's elite. That's right, he said he was elite. Put him in the top 5. If you didn't see that, check that bite out. Raiders needed linebackers. They went out and got them. Denzel Perryman, Nick Kwiatkowski just recently, Corey Littleton. Now they just went out and got KJ Wright, who's a beast. So all in all, when I look at these two teams, I'm putting my Raiders above the Chargers simply because the Raiders beat up on them twice last year, and they improved more than the Chargers did in the offseason. So therefore, I am picking KC 1, Raiders 2, Chargers 3, Broncos 4. So now that takes me to playoff predictions. Let's get to the playoff predictions now. Whew, let's see. NFC. We're going to start there. I'm going to start the NFC. And like I said, my 7 teams are going to be Washington, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Seattle, who win the division. And then the wild cards are going to be the 49ers, the Cardinals, and the Saints. So that means when you get into the wild card of the playoffs, who's the one? Because that's the team getting the bye. I am going to give the bye to Tampa Bay just because, in my opinion, they're in a much easier division as a whole. So they're going to get the 1. So that means Green Bay is going to be my 2. Seattle is going to be my 3. Washington, my 4. Then when it comes to the 5, I'm going to give it to the 49ers. 6 is the Cardinals. And 7 to the Saints. This way you guys are aware. Then in the AFC side, when it comes to the 1, I am giving it to the Buffalo Bills. I do not care. The Chiefs are going to get the 2. The 3 is going to go to the Titans. Ravens the 3, Titans the 4. Because here's another prediction. The Browns are going to get a wild card spot and have a better record than the Titans. And the Browns are then, of course, going to be my 5. I am going to put the Raiders at 6 and the Dolphins at 7. So, if you understand how the games work, that means the 1 is going to get the bye for the NFC. So that is the Bucks. Meaning, I've got the Saints. They are going to go to Green Bay. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The Saints go to Green Bay. And then that means the Cardinals, Arizona, they are going to go to Seattle. That's right. And that means Washington will host the Niners. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This way you guys are aware. Then, in the AFC side, the Bills. Making sure I have this wrote down right before I even say it as well. The Bills are, of course, my number 1 seed. And then that means Miami is at Kansas City. It means Vegas is at Baltimore. And then it means Cleveland is at Tennessee. So now we're going to take these games right here. And we're going to break these down for you right now. That means after the opening round of the playoffs, okay, the wild card week as it's called, before we get into the divisional round, I am going to have the Bucks, of course, there. They're going to take on the lowest seeded winner. Who's that lowest seed winner going to be? That lowest seed winner is going to be San Francisco, because they're going to take out Washington. Seattle is going to win, and they're going to travel to Green Bay. Then, over on the AFC side, the Bills, of course, they advance, and they get to take on the lowest seed winner. Who's that lowest seed winner going to be? That lowest seed winner is going to be the team that is seeded number 6, and I'm picking the Raiders. That's right, I'm going to pick the Raiders over Baltimore in the playoffs, because when you watch the game this week, you're going to see what I'm talking about. It's going to happen again. So the Raiders will go there. Kansas City, of course, is going to absolutely destroy Miami. And then when it comes to Cleveland and Tennessee, I even told you, Cleveland's better than Tennessee. The record's going to prove it. Cleveland's going to win that game. So then we go into the finals of the divisional playoffs, excuse me. I am going to take, that's right, I'm going to take the Bucks over San Francisco, and I am taking Green Bay over Seattle. I am going to take the Bills over the Raiders, and I am taking Cleveland over Kansas City, and then I've got the Bills winning the AFC and meeting Green Bay in the Super Bowl. So there you have it. I have the Bills winning the Super Bowl over Green Bay, and Josh Allen will win the Super Bowl MVP as well as the season MVP. That's right, he'll be the MVP of the year. He's going to win the Super Bowl MVP as well. Okay, and based off my predictions and stuff like that, by the way, I'm going to say Lions, Texans, Jags, Eagles, Jets. In no particular order will be your top 5 picks going into the NFL draft. There's a nice little tidbit for you guys didn't see coming. Now when it comes to awards, yes, indeed. When it comes to the awards, like I said, MVP, I already gave you guys my MVP, who it's going to be. Defensive Rookie of the Year, I am going to go with Patrick Surtain of Denver. I'm going to have to go with Patrick Surtain of Denver just because I'm that sold on him. I think he's going to be that freaking good. I like it. Dak Prescott's going to be comeback player of the year. I just want to throw that out there real quick. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm Offensive Rookie of the Year. Let's see here. Man, I've been all over the place with this one, and I've never really made a decision on this, to be honest. So I'm going to make this one on the spot. Not a chance about Pitts. Not a chance. It's going to go to a quarterback. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just how the league works. I'm not sold on Mac Jones. I'm not sold on Trevor Lawrence. Then you got Trey Lance. You've got Justin Fields. Do they get in there? But because they're not going to start the whole season, and I think because he turns the team around, I'm going to go on a ledge here. I'm going to take Zach Wilson of the Jets. Though, like I said, they'll go 5-12, 6-11, something like that at best. But he's going to show why I've said it all along. He's the number one quarterback in this past draft class, and people will learn it real quick. So that's how that goes. I'm going to say it's going to happen again. And what I mean by it's going to happen again is Derrick Henry will once again go over 2,000 rushing yards. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's going to go over the rushing yards just because he can. That's just my opinion on that one. Now, I have another prediction I want to make here, but I want to try and double check my number so I hadn't lost it. Yes, here it is. The league record for reception yards in a season is 132,689 yards. That's how many yards the entire league gained receiving in one season. 132,689 yards. That's going to get broke this year by 3,000. That's right. I'm going 135 plus for the season. 135,000 plus receiving yards. So there you go. I'm going with that right there as a way off the wall prediction for you guys. A way off the wall prediction. Also, I will say this. I'm not going to go and tell you who, but I just got the hunch. A starting quarterback that does not have a backup quarterback behind him will eventually be placed on the bench by mid-season, and that'll be the end of him with that team, whoever it may be. It's just a prediction I got. I just got a hunch. There's a couple quarterbacks in my head that I can see that happening to. They're going to get benched mid-season. And I'm not going to call it a veteran quarterback behind them, but somebody who's been in the league will obviously be the backup. They're going to take over. That quarterback that was a starter is going to be gone. They're going to trade him, cut him, do something with him. And the guy who took over, he's just going to be there because they're going to end up taking a quarterback in the draft. So if you guys have any other predictions you want me to throw out, let me know. If not, I'm going to wrap this up. But that is my predictions. That would be a horrible thing for Pittsburgh, because I would trust Ben Roethlisberger at his age throwing the ball with his feet before I would Haskins throwing the ball with his hand. That's just an opinion of mine right there. Now, like I said, if you have any other predictions you want me to make on the season, let me know. If not, I will get into this week's game predictions.
Quickly review the league's
Oh, shut up. I have no idea, James. Oh, man. Alright, getting to the weekly predictions, because it looks like we're not going to get much for that. Here we go. Got to bring my schedule up in front of me. I'm just showing you guys the schedule. I'm not going to go through it in any particular order of what you see right there. But I just wanted to bring it up so you guys can actually see the games on who's playing who. But that is the actual preseason schedule, ain't it? Yeah, it's preseason schedule. All right, hold on. Let me do this. I'm bringing up the preseason. I'm bringing up the week 1 schedule, you dumb shit. We got to go NFL, I think. No, I can't even do it that way, can I? They really ain't letting me do NFL? Alright, well, watch me. Watch me. I know what I'll do. I'll just simulate the preseason of Madden. Because I'm not one of those people who can do all the graphics and shit like that. Because I don't have that kind of technology. Sim to... What the hell? That's what I want. I was there to begin with. Alright, now as this simulates or whatnot, I'm going to get into our predictions and who's going to win. Remember, I do not use the betting odds when I make my picks. I don't say who's going to win or lose based off the odds. I don't say if I pick a winning team based off, oh, they got the 3 points, and if they lose by 2, it counts as a win for me. Now, I don't do any of that. When I make my picks, they're all straight up, plain and simple, straight up predictions. So we're going to have our predictions. Do we want to do like some stone cold locks, if you will? Who's going to be that stone cold lock? But any case, we should be good now to actually show you guys the schedule. There we go. That is your schedule. Now, first game I'm going to cover is Tampa Bay and Dallas, and I'm not really going to break these games down too much. I'm just going to basically say the game and who I'm going to pick to win. I'm picking Tampa Bay over Dallas. It's just as simple as that. I got to pick Tampa Bay over Dallas. Now, moving on. I'm going to make these real quick. Like I said, Jacksonville at Houston. I'm going to take Houston to win this game over Jacksonville simply because Tyrod Taylor's the starter. He's been there. He's done that. I think that team was better on paper than Jacksonville. Jacksonville's got a brand new quarterback, brand new head coach, a lot of brand new. So I'm going to have to take Jacksonville to lose to the Texans. All right, now you got the Chargers and the football team, and I am going to take the football team to defeat the Chargers. Now we've got Seattle and the Colts. I'm picking Seattle to win this game. I think they're by far a much better team, so I've got them winning this game, and I think it's going to be pretty easily, sadly enough. Now you got the Jets and Carolina. I just want to throw out this little point out here. Robbie Anderson and Sam Darnold, both former Jets, playing their old team here in this one, and it'll be enough. I am going to take the Panthers over the Jets. Moving on, the Vikings are going to absolutely demolish the Bengals. So there's that one. The Titans and the Cardinals. This game right here, flip a coin, toss it in the air, catch it, throw it again. You can go either way on this one. But I am going to take the Titans because I think with Julio and A.J. Brown and Derrick Henry and Ryan Tannehill might just be a little too much for the Arizona defense. And when they've only got Hopkins and A.J. Green on the other side a little older, I'm going to have to take the Titans here. San Francisco and Detroit. San Francisco may double up Detroit in points here. I'm just saying that now. Pittsburgh at Buffalo. Believe it or not, I've actually been seeing some people pick Pittsburgh to win this game, and to those people, you're crazy. Buffalo wins. Now you've got Philadelphia at Atlanta. This could go either way, in my opinion, but I'm going to take Atlanta to defeat Philadelphia. Then you've got the Giants at Denver, and I am going to take the Giants to defeat Denver. Kansas City is home against Cleveland, and this game is going to be back and forth, this, that, and the other. I will say this: Patrick Mahomes is 17-4 at home. Okay, and he's never lost to an NFC North opponent. So I'm going to pick Kansas City to win this one in the opener. But you heard my playoff predictions. They might win the Week 1 game, but they're going to lose the important one when Cleveland comes back and gets them in the playoffs. Now, Green Bay takes on New Orleans, and I'm going to take Green Bay. Miami takes on New England, and I've got Miami. The Bears take on the Rams, and I'm going to take the Rams to beat the Bears. The Raiders and the Ravens. I want to sit here and take my Raiders, but I'm going to take Baltimore to win because I'm going to pick with my gut and my mind and not my heart. I know Allegiant Stadium is going to be fired up. It's going to be the first time there's going to be fans there. It's going to be the first time the Raiders have an actual home game in their own real stadium with fans. For those of you who didn't realize it, the Raiders have never in their entire history had a field that's theirs until now. That is their stadium, and UNLV pays rent, so it's their stadium. Anywhere else they've played or had, they shared it because it wasn't theirs. They shared the stadium in Oakland with the A's, and when they were in LA, it was the Trojans stadium, and the Raiders paid rent. This is the first time. So, you're going to get all hot and antsy for that. But the Raiders were 2-6 at home last year. So, will the fans make a difference against Baltimore? We'll see. I hate to say it, Lamar Jackson's 2-1 on Monday night. He has 7 TDs and no interceptions in those games, which is a great stat for him. But it's going to be close. It'll be less than 7 points. It's going to be one of those one-possession game winners. But I will take the Ravens, unfortunately. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is my Week 1 picks, my season picks and predictions. With that, I'm going to end the stream. For those of you who know I do the wrestling, I'm pushing back my show simply because my wife says she'll be home around 10. And she's leaving work in about 20 minutes, which doesn't give me time to do anything. So I could always run a show with no commentary, but no thank you. I am off. Coming soon. I work tonight and tomorrow, then I'm off. And then I'm off, and I'm off, and I work, and I'm off. That's right. I have 4 of the next 5 days off come Saturday. So again, I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, work Tuesday, off Wednesday. So during that stretch, you can guarantee you're going to see some things out of me on this channel. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get off of this here right now. I'm going to come right back with the last and final game of the Gridiron Football League for Week 2. I believe it's Portland and Dublin. And don't mind the voice because I've been getting sick here the last 24 hours. My wife's really sick. So enjoy that game if you want. And then we're going to advance the season. And as all owners have been told more than once now, when it comes to the GFL, send me any changes you want to make to your team within 48 hours of your game running so I can make the changes. And that's at worst case scenario. James Sargent's the only one who's listened to that. I know the changes he's made. It's already been taken care of. And the reason why I say that is because once the week's done, I will simulate it to the next week. And we can always jump right into the games. We're not your typical real NFL where you run the games every day on a Sunday, Monday, and then you come back that next Sunday, Monday, and run games again. As soon as our week's over, we can jump right into the next week if we so desire, as long as all our owners have done their due diligence to get their shit together. So if you're one of those owners and you're hearing me now and you don't want to make any changes, just message me right away. Hey, I don't want to make any changes. Then I already know and I don't have to wait the time for you. So like I said, I've been doing that when it comes to that particular situation. And I do want to point out to everybody, so you guys know, when it comes to the quote-unquote GFL, it's been fun so far. I've been having a blast with it. We still have room for owners. So if you're listening to this because you saw it and you're like, hey, what's this little predictions there by this channel? We run a football league. It's AI versus AI. You run the roster, the staff, the playbooks, and all that. But the computer plays your games. And we could use a couple more owners. So it's the Gridiron Football League. You can find us at gridironfl.weebly.com. And you can get in there and check out what's what and who's doing what and all that good shit. So that means I'll probably be doing another video after the game, if I can, showing the statistics and the stats and what have you. So when it comes to the teams for this upcoming week, so you guys know, I will tell you right now, Brooklyn is locked in. Houston is locked in. I believe Mexico City's locked in. Oklahoma City's locked in. Toronto's locked in. I got to hear from Chicago, Columbus, San Antonio. Dublin's locked in. London's locked in. Memphis is locked in, who needs an owner. San Diego's locked in. Salt Lake City's locked in. It needs an owner. Sacramento Condors are locked in. They need an owner. Portland's locked in. It needs an owner. And I need to hear from Orlando if they need to make any changes, which I doubt because their changes were made coming into this previous week. So they should be good. So if your name is James Sargent, Greg Thomas, or Clinton Flippin, I need to hear from you guys, all as well as Alex Dar. And then we'll know for a fact. I'll still start the week with games that don't pertain to those particular teams, so their changes can be made. So that's how I can do that. So once I simulate the game and advance to the next week, if I have games I can run that are involving teams that are already locked in for the week, I'll run it because I can still make the changes to those teams that I haven't heard from as soon as I hear from them. So that'd be cool. That being said, I'm out of here. Be back here in just a few minutes. Dublin at Portland. Have fun, y'all. Later.